What is up everyone, welcome back for another video. This week I want to talk about 3 tricks that should be your first 3 tricks you learn if you're surfing a wave. For whole surfing is going to be 3 separate tricks I would recommend. I'll probably make another video on that at some other time, but this is going to be 3 tricks for waves. The first 3 tricks I think you should learn or put your time into learning. There's quite a lot of different tricks on the spectrum out there and they range in difficulty from easier to harder. They're all going to help you learn, like there's a lot of transfer of skills from one trick to another trick, but I wanted to break down what I think should be the first 3 that you learn, because it's going to help set you up for the best future. So before we start these tricks, you've got to know a few things, a few prerequisite skills. You've got to know how to surf comfortably, how to back surf comfortably, how to side surf comfortably, and how to move around on the wave. And if you're struggling with surfing and moving around on the wave, I do have another video on that, and I'll leave a link down there in the description so you can watch it afterwards. So the first trick I think you should learn, assuming you're comfortable moving around on the wave, is the spin. The spin is a really fun 360-degree turn of your boat. It's going to help you build control and confidence, being in that kind of backwards position and changing through into a forwards position. And a lot of other tricks down the line are going to need you to be able to do a spin to go from backwards to forwards to set up for your next trick. So this should be considered one of your building block tricks that is going to get you to build to a lot of other tricks, and it's also going to build a lot of confidence. It's a really fun trick to learn. I think I've made another video on it and you can check that out below. The main thing I would say is make sure you learn to do a spin in both directions. If you are not an ambi turner,
I'm not an ambi turner. It's a problem I had since I was a baby.
You're kind of a Zoolander situation, then you are going to have a tough time with this. So as much as possible, you want to try and learn these tricks on both sides early as possible. There's some tricks that are going to be easier to learn on one side than the other, depending on where you are, but as soon as you can, you want to kind of get that differential as close together as you can. And I'm telling you that from experience, because there was years and years, and there's still some tricks that I can do going towards my left, but I can't do going towards my right. So that's going to make a big difference down the line. So as much as possible, try and get those dialed in as soon as possible. The second trick that you're going to want to learn, in my opinion, following your spin, is a roundhouse. A roundhouse is a really fun 180-degree turn of your boat. So you start forwards, you finish backwards, and your boat's going to change angle. So it's going to be slightly elevated, and you're going to make that turn nice and quick and whippy. Roundhouses are really fun because they're a good building block to get you onto our third trick, which, just a spoiler alert, is called a blunt. That's the exact same as a roundhouse, but your boat's going to be at a higher elevation and it's going to snap through more quickly. Both the roundhouse and the blunt start forward, finish backwards. So if you've got good at that spin, you're going to be comfortable to spin back to forwards and it's going to be easy. If you're uncomfortable in that back surf position, you are going to have a tough time. So try and learn that spin first. And those are the 3 tricks that I think you should be learning first. I've got a video, I think, on how to blunt and how to spin, and I'll leave those in a description down there below so you can check them out. But those are the 3 I would be putting your time into, and if you can do those 3 in both directions, you're going to have a pretty easy time learning a bunch of other tricks. But if you can't do those kind of foundational tricks, it's going to be tough to make progress.